Hello viewers, here's a look at the telephones in the house as of August 15, 2021. I will start off in the computer room here with this disaster. This is Panasonic's KX-TGF570, and this is terrible. I used this last night when it was quiet, and I called somebody with a landline, and I used the speakerphone. And even in the quiet of the night, I still would have liked to turn it up louder than it was. But even worse, it wasn't so much a volume issue as it was a clarity issue. It's not even clear. It sounds very muffled, kind of like a cell phone does. So, I don't know what the deal was with this, but this is the second model, really the third model now, I've used of Panasonic's recent creations, and they just stink. It's too bad. I really wanted to like this set because it has a lot of useful features to it. But if the core functionality of making and receiving calls clearly doesn't work, then I have no use for it. So I think I'm done with Panasonic. They've made decent, respectable phones in the past for a long time, but the stuff they're making now is just junk. So anyways, there's that. Over here we have the VTech. It's 5831, which has continued to be very reliable and dependable over the years. Great phone. Those are both at the video editing table. Moving over here, we have the AT&T 5.8 GHz digital digitan telephone. This is the model EP5632. And we have a green, or is it black? I don't know, I guess it's black. AT&T 210. And this one, this is a model from 1989, I think, 1990. At the main computer we have an AT&T cordless phone. I'm not sure what the model number is. I'll have to grab it off the main base in the bedroom. And then we have the Uniden DECT 2085 and the AT&T CL 2909. Here is a Panasonic's, a good Panasonic 5.8 GHz telephone, and I'll grab the model number off of the base in the other room. And lastly, for the computer room, there is the reliable, good sounding, clear, dependable Uniden DECT 1580, which did cost a fraction of that set even back in the day when it was new, yet it vastly outperforms it as far as making a call is concerned, which is the purpose of a telephone. In the bedroom we have the VTech 6773 telephone, which has an exceptional speakerphone to it. The screens are still working good on all three of these, which is pleasantly surprising. I didn't think it was going to last, but I guess it will. Hopefully that holds on for a long time. Over here we have another one of these abominations. Here is the AT&T cordless telephone. This is the model CRL82212, and I've been pretty happy with the newer AT&T stuff I've used. It doesn't have the greatest feel to it. It's a little bit flimsy. It's too thin for my preference. It's very lightweight, but it works. It works fine. It works great outside. Speakerphone works well. It's got decent clarity to it. It's easy to use. There's really nothing wrong with it. It's a pretty good phone. So if I had to buy a new phone for whatever reason, I would look at AT&T at this point. Over here we have another respectable Panasonic phone. This is the Panasonic KX-TG9344T. By the bed there is the AT&T 210 corded trim-on telephone, and on top of the bed there is the VTech 5881 or 5831, whatever it is. I think I said it wrong in the other room. 5.8 gigahertz cordless telephone. And near the bedroom computer there is the Uniden. I think it's an EXP376 or EXI76. Yeah, EXI376. This is a really great telephone. The handset is very ergonomic and the clarity is good. It's plenty loud and the pickup is really good too, which is not always the case with the analog 900s. Here is another respectable Panasonic phone. This is the Panasonic KXTG5453. This model and that one over there, I think, are one of the two main models that kind of built Panasonic's reputation. Maybe not this number in particular, the 5453, but the 5.8 gigahertz phones in this form factor. I remember seeing these everywhere back in the day. Stores, houses, you name it, a lot of people had these phones. On the wall there is still the Cortelco 2554. And over here there is still the Uniden DECT 1580. And I almost forgot up here the ever-present Uniden EXS 9660. In the bathroom there is the Uniden DWX 207. In the living room there's another one of those Panasonic phones. And there is the VTech 6773 and another Uniden DWX 207. Downstairs there is another Panasonic 5.8 gigahertz telephone and another one of those wonderful telephones over there. I added another telephone over here, another VTech 5881 handset by this computer. Over here by the cleaning area is the Panasonic waterproof phone, which I also really wanted to work, but it just stinks. And then we have over here the third VTech 6773 and a Cortelco 2500 set. And over there is another Cortelco 2500. In the studio room there is an NEC telephone. I don't know what the model number is. And then there is the Emerson Talking Caller ID box. I did a dedicated video on this phone a month or two ago, so if you really want to know what the model number is, I think it's in that video. Over here by the studio there is a Uniden DCX 150 and a Panasonic phone, and here we have another 150 and this General Electric telephone, which is the Atkins or the Thomson 29870GE1-A. And then lastly we have the bell rings, that one over there which still have not fixed, and this one here which works just fine.